Welcome to the Family Science and Social Work BSW Orientation and Information Session. My name is Dr. Angela Curl. I'm the BSW Program Director for the Social Work Program. Dr. Carolyn Slotin is our lead departmental advisor, and Dr. Kate Kuvalanka is the chair of the Family Science and Social Work Department, interim chair. As a department, we have many ways to contact you and communicate with you. We have our listserv. We have our undergraduate social work program Canvas course that has different kinds of documents on it. It's also highlighting upcoming events. We have the social work Facebook page, which we encourage you to check out and to like. And we have your Miami University email account, which we encourage you to check frequently. Speaking of communication, we hope that you will communicate with your social work advisor. You can find your social work advisor using the following steps. Log into the One Stop from any One Stop website. Then once you're in the My One Stop, then you'll be able to see the tab for advisor information, and your advisor's name, contact information, and academic department will display. You also have the option of receiving advising information from other FSW faculty if you prefer. Starting this year, all incoming freshmen are assigned Dr. Genesis Ross as their academic advisor. For returning students, academic advisors are based on student last names. This year, social work students are assigned the following advisors. Oxford students, last names A to H are assigned to me. Last names I to J, M, and V to Z are assigned to Dr. Carolyn Slotin. Last name of K to L is Dr. Darren Cosgrove. And last names of N to U are assigned to Dr. Amy Roberts. Those are for the Oxford-based students. For regional students, you are assigned either Dr. Gregory Stewart or Dr. Lila Murphy. We encourage you to meet with your academic advisor once a year, or once a semester, I should say, and go over the advising checklist, your DARs, what classes you've taken, what classes you might take. But I can tell you a few tips that we want all students to know. We encourage you to take in your sophomore year FSW 304, Professionalism and Ethics. In your junior year, in the fall, take FSW 306, which is Trauma-Informed Assessment and Practice. Assessment and Intervention is with individuals and families. It's only offered each fall and needs to be taken in your junior year. FSW 406, Group Theory and Practice, is only offered each spring semester and should also be taken in your junior year. Then in your senior year, you'll take your social work field and field seminar classes, FSW 411, 12, 13, and 14. Senior capstone classes can't be taken until you've earned at least 96 credit hours, i.e. that you're a senior. You can take classes ahead of time that are senior capstone classes. It just won't count for the Miami plan unless you already have senior status. FSW 451, Interpersonal Violence, meets that requirement of the Miami plan. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time that you don't need to worry about that requirement of taking the senior capstone class, because you will be taking that as part of your curriculum. Likewise, FSW 304 and 418 together, if you take both those classes, will meet the university's advanced writing requirement. Because of these classes that are only offered in the fall of your junior year, we encourage people, if you're thinking about doing a study abroad course, to either take and complete your study abroad in the fall and spring of your sophomore year, or you can complete it any time during the winter or summer semesters. Occasionally, a student will ask me about the possibility of double majoring with social work, and there's a variety of different options on the screen that people have chosen, or at least I've developed plans for ways that you can double major with the not taking a whole lot of extra classes. A lot of these majors that are on the screen are through the College of Arts and Sciences, which has additional requirements for graduating, such as 2 years of a foreign language, an additional science class, etc. So if you decide that you want to double major in one of these things, I encourage you to talk to your academic advisor, and also make sure that you're really strategic about what classes you choose for the Miami plan so that it also meets the requirements for CAS, if you're going to do that. Psychological sciences on this list is through the regional campuses. Criminal justice courses are only offered on the regional campuses. They're not CAS requirements or majors. Public health, there's a public health major that is through K&H, which is the Education, Health, and Society college, but there's also a public health track that is through the College of Arts and Sciences. So feel free to ask if you have questions about double majoring. Sometimes students, instead of double majoring, there's a variety of minors that are offered across campus. Another thing that students ask me about is the admission process. In the student handbook, there's a statement about a formal admission process. So I want you to know that you can declare a social work major at any time, before you arrive at Miami, once you're here. But in order to take some of the upper level social work classes, so FSW 304, 306, 406, and the field seminar and field classes, you need to be formally admitted to the program. It's a very simple process. We just have to have one. It's a very simple process. You need to complete FSW 201 and 206. That's Introduction to Social Work and Family Life Education and Social Welfare Programs and Policy, and earn at least a C or better. If you don't earn at least a C or better, then you have to take the class again in order to obtain formal admissions to the program. You also should have a minimum GPA of 2.5. Get the student handbook, read the student handbook, and sign a form saying that you've received it and read it and understand that you'll be held to it. And then attend one of the social work orientation sessions, and this counts. This meets that requirement. If you're a regional campus student, you'll need to relocate to the Oxford campus at some point. There are two options. There's partial relocation, which allows you to take 1 or 2 classes in Oxford per semester while taking the majority of your courses on the regional campuses and paying regional campus rates. Full relocation is for regional students who wish to relocate to the Oxford campus and take the majority or all of their credit hours on the Oxford campus. And it means that you'll pay Oxford tuition rates. If you intend to relocate fully or partially, you have to have already been at the regional campuses for at least a semester, have earned at least 16 credit hours, and have a GPA of 2.0 or higher. A lot of times regional students will try to stay regional classified students for as long as possible. Often students find that they really do need to relocate to Oxford for their junior and or senior year. Usually their senior year for sure, but also sometimes it's easier to relocate for the junior year. There's a lot of classes that are only offered on the regional Oxford campus that are in the social work major. So if you're trying to remain a regional student, it's good to start taking regional-based, Oxford-based classes as soon as possible, one or 2 classes each semester. And there are FSW classes for the social work major that are offered on the regional campuses periodically, so keep your eye out for those. Our program is accredited by the Council on Social Work Education. It's really important that we're accredited because this means that you'll be able to get a social work license, apply for that, take the license exam, etc., because it's an accredited program. By the time students finish the BSW program, you're expected to demonstrate the following 9 core competencies related to ethics and professionalism, understanding and appreciating diversity, advancing human rights, social and economic and environmental justice, know the roles of policy and research and be able to practice in especially research, and then how to engage with, assess, intervene, and evaluate your practice at different levels with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. And our curriculum is based around these core competencies. Different classes are designed to meet each of these different core areas, and so you'll hear a lot more about these core competencies over time. One of the things that our handbook covers is professionalism and the expectations that we have for students. We mention this in the orientation session because we want to emphasize that this is a professional program. We expect you to attend class, come prepared, complete work on time, etc. That's all part of accountability. We also expect that students will treat each other, instructors, class members, staff, clients, with dignity and respect. You are expected to maintain confidentiality, show competency, always striving to learn more, practice integrity and honesty with yourself and each other, do proper academic citations, accept constructive feedback. For diversity, strive to be more open to people and ideas of others, strive for excellence with communication, avoid the use of technology in class, etc. And then social justice, strive to deepen your commitment to social justice for all populations at risk. So I encourage you not to just gloss over these pages in the appendix of the student handbook. It's at the very end. And really pay attention to what kinds of behaviors we're asking of you. In our program, there are 2 student organizations. There's the Phi Alpha National Social Work Honor Society. And to be eligible for that honor society, you have to have completed at least 47 credit hours, and your GPA needs to be in the top 35% of social work majors. Typically, invitations are sent out to people letting them know that they're eligible. But feel free to also reach out to one of the advisors or to one of the officers of the Phi Alpha. There's a service component, and it's a real honor to be part of that honor society. There's also a Family Science and Social Work student organization. Historically, I don't know if it's operating right now, but if it is, they're always looking for leaders. Most of you are in your first or second year in the social work program, but I wanted to mention that we do have a master's program in social work. BSW graduates can get their master's degree in 1 year from our advanced standing program. It's a really great opportunity. It's 3 semesters. You take after you graduate in May. It's the summer, fall, and spring. And then you're completed and able to practice an advanced level. Undergraduate students may also be able to take graduate level classes while they're still an undergraduate student. You have to be a junior or senior, have at least a 3.0 GPA, and then get program approval and graduate school approval. But if you're interested in this, talk to your academic advisor about this, or me. I'm happy to answer that. If you have any questions about the BSW program or about ways to navigate the university, please feel free to reach out to me, to Dr. Carolyn Slotin, who's the FSW Lead Departmental Advisor. I'm also providing the main FSW office phone number, but we'd be happy to help you. Thank you, and make sure that you take the quiz and answer the questions.